Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Baldur's Gate 2. We are in Bodhi's vampire lair. Let's go ahead and head down. Take the fight to her. Oh, there's Drist.
Will be done.
Nice of you to join us for the rest of that fight there, Drist. God dang it.
Right you are.
No idea what that was, but... Oh, goody, silence. Bats.
Certainly. And so it shall end here. Welcome. You have been very resourceful in finding me, although I did not go out of my way to hide.
Then how am I very resourceful in finding you? You should have made more of an effort. We have an obligation to destroy you as if we needed more reasons. Boo would have found her wherever she tried to put her evil foot. That's what we do. I do not see Imoen with you. Has she withered to nothing just as I was destined to, or are you hiding her away from me? It doesn't really matter. She's the one who came into the room first. I'm sure your reasons for coming are all very important to you. Do spare me the boredom of hearing them. I have come for the Rin Lanthorn, Bodhi. You will not escape me this time. I will avenge what you have done to me and Imoen. You will pay for your crimes. As if your crimes against me weren't enough, you've endangered an entire elven city. There's no escape for you now, vampire. I'll have your black heart on a pike. Yeah, as if your crimes weren't enough, you've endangered an entire elven city. You help those treacherous elves. They deserve all they receive and more. They will not even approach us while we destroy them, such is their arrogance. Let them shiver in fear that they will die between me and Renicus. They would not even acknowledge us as their own, and now we will bury them all. Why should they acknowledge your filth? I do not blame them in the least. What do you mean, as their own? Elves rarely allow outsiders of any kind in their cities. Elhan did not even know of you. How could he acknowledge you as his own? Fool. They would have you think we are some foreign intruders attacking their city for no reason. Their shame is that Irenicus and I are very familiar indeed. No elf would dare turn against the others. No elf would endanger the very fabric of their society. No elf would do as Irenicus and I have done. Who was it that pled their case? Elhan? He stood by while they echoed our crimes and their punishments. I should almost let you live so that you could have the shame of an outsider questioning him about this whole matter. Almost. Look, I've read the Ravenloft Monsters Compendium. You're not an elven vampire. They are very different than you. Your part in this ends here, Elmendreda. I shall feast on the blood of the gods while you enter death with questions unanswered. How about no? Grimwarder. Not actually sure what that is.
In Bearvan's name, it shall be done.
There we go. There's one down. Bodhi was immune to the electrical damage. That's okay. Jahara, 5 levels drained. That's not how level drain works in this. I don't think I've ever seen any monster that drains more than 2. And not including very, very special, like, avatars. How many levels did you just get drained? Grimorder is dead. 5 levels drained. Okay. Alright, who am I attacking? Where is Bodhi? Bodhi is near death. Oh, jeez.
Jump on my sword while you can, Eva.
No,
I
no,
won't
it's
be
mine.
as gentle.
This life is mine.
No, it's not. Oh, why did Drist have to get the kill? No, that's not right.
Live by the sword. Live a good long time.
Shaw guides my hand.
What level did you get drained down to? Level 4.
So it ends. The evil is slain. You've done well, friend. I bid you fair journey.
Thanks, Drist. I appreciate your help, but I'm still annoyed that you got the kill on Bodhi. He's just wandering off. Just goes. Okay. Is someone standing? You're not fixed in place. Someone else is there. Who else is there? I feel like a bat might be there.
Swords, not words. Stand back for justice.
Alright, at least go up and do that. Jesus. Alright, drink some potions.
Destiny awaits.
This unholy pool is filled with fresh human blood. You are nearly overcome with horror at the thought of the vampire's savagery. Also, let's take the money. Yeah, you are stuck in place. You pour one of Elhan's vials of holy water into the pool, and the result is immediate. The pool churns violently for a few moments and then calms, cleansed of evil.
It is done.
I think Viconia is stuck on a bat.
Minsk and see battle bow. Run, bow, run!
I am weak.
A den of stinking evil. Cover your nose, boo. We will leave no crevice untouched.
Alright.
Now, Natha.
So I'm not sure how to get Viconia off of what I think is a bat there. Yeah, there's a bat there. Maybe if I rest, that will work.
Every hamster has his day.
We'll try that in a moment. Quick save for now. Let's see.
Without doubt.
Pool has been cleansed. Pool has been cleansed.
How long do you intend to crack your whip on my back? I say we
All
stick
right,
it
all
out.
right.
Any traps? Yes, good. The Vampiricus Omnibus, unabridged. Conjure Ota Servanta. And Dia Vampire Bicomus. Well, let's see what these have to say. This book has been drenched in blood, ruining most of the pages within. The original ink, faded to begin with, is now thoroughly illegible. A more recent script handwritten in the margins has left an impression, revealing a few words here and there, just enough to decipher the nature of the tome. This text apparently dealt with the process that one would go through to become a vampire, though the little you can see gives no indication why someone would want to do such a thing. There's a stamp on the back of the book suggesting that this tome were once archived and recorded by the followers of Ogma. Conjure Ota Servanta. This text is written in a very old dialect of Southern Common that you are not familiar with, though it does not appear to be a particularly ancient tome. It seems to be a section of the personal journal of a noble named Tomas Sangui. Sangui, really? And deals with the acquiring and control of his most devoted servants. It is difficult to ascertain much more, though from the frequency of certain words you are reasonably sure that Tomas was creating vampire minions, and not some other creature that feeds on blood. His knowledge on the subject seems quite intimate indeed, and he details the long process of completely turning a victim. Apparently, if the process is interrupted, it can be reversed, but the author does not say how. There's a stamp on the back of the book that indicates that it was once archived and recorded by the followers of Ogma. And the Vampiricus Omnibus, unabridged, ending the Plague of Teeth. This tome is quite ancient, and you do not recognize the tongue in which it is written. Fortunately, Bodhi has scrawled a translation of selected passages in the margins, as well as further questions she apparently wished to ask on the subject. Stuat tuo Gotha, the resolution. With the witch at the fore, long previous to her treachery, we did stride the hills of Umar, seeking comfort in our hour of need. The time had come for the living to mourn no more, and the blades that were fettered by sentiment were cut free, and it was decided that we would speak for our lives with the sinews of our sword arms. The honored dead that did take flight in the darkness of shadow, would no more receive sorrow from those of us that had lost their friends and relatives to the plague of teeth. Mornat Dapa Golvana Fathorn. Battles when came the dead. There came we, the army of light, armed with faith and conviction. We did march unto the tombs of the restless dead during the hours of day. With wooden edge we struck down master and slave. Though many paid for each thrust with their lives. In the fallen there was the danger of a scourge anew, and many of the newly infected seemed doomed to walk again with dire purpose. Egato Davon, the plea. No more, cried we, no more would we lose to the plague. This new fallen could not be abandoned. We had fought for our lives and theirs, and they would not be taken. To the temple we went, to the god of sun and light. Almanator would save them, Almanator whose touch turns shadows to fire. In the arms of the sun god we were the infected placed, and the hearts of their dark masters were laid there with them. Blood did burn, and the dead returned, but not as undead or unliving, but alive and freed from taint. Many did walk the light side home, when last the plague did fall. Relevance of archaic worship of Almanator. Origin of vampiric plague. Any link to a modern cure to be worried of. Historical document or historical fiction. A final note is scribbled. Interrogate Ogma Monk at Docks District about further information. He should be able to provide more information on reversing vampirism. Okie dokie.
Quickly and precisely.
My world map has been updated. Small Teeth Pass? No, I don't think so. I don't know what has been updated.
Victory shall be ours.
Viconia is still stuck on a bat.
without hesitation.
Right. No, you need to be strengthened. I was hoping that would, like, move her. Because sometimes people get repositioned when we rest.
Speak. This will not take long. No problem at all.
I mean, if I have to gather my party before venturing forth, we're gonna have a problem. Short sword, symbol of fear, and Abby Dalzim's horrid wilting. Cutthroat +4. This weapon has a bloody history, having been used to exercise its namesake many times. Popular among the assassin trade for its size and enchantment, it has been in the possession of many of the realm's more dangerous citizens, though seldom remaining in one place for any length of time. Okay, it's not usable only by evil. It is a short sword +4. Which isn't bad. Okay, 8 and 8. So symbol of fear and Abby Dalzim's horrid wilting. I've got that. I do not have symbol of fear. Alright, I'm going to give symbol of fear to Ari, and Imoen can take Abby Dalzim's horrid wilting.
You can count on me.
Okay. Symbol of fear. Abby Dalzim's horrid wilting. There we go.
If it must be done.
Alright, let's see if it says that we must gather our party before venturing forth, because if so, I may have to kick Viconia out of the party.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Armored,
gather your
sharp
party
make
before
way,
venturing
villainy.
forth.
Hero coming through.
As you desire.
Okay. Can we... like... I can't click on the bat. Obviously, you can't attack yourself.
If that is your will.
Alright, so, we got a problem.
It will be done.
Reform party.
Certainly.
Do we continue, or are we through with each other?
It's time that we took separate paths. I'll meet you in the graveyard if we need your services again.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Let's see if I can get her back in.
Now I remember why traveling with you was always so much fun. Direct me as you will.
Yeah, it's a really weird bug, and it's the first time that's happened where we've gotten stuck on someone who's not one of our party members. Because if we move our people, it does fix itself. That's a really annoying bug. Luckily, there is Viconia.
It will be done.
I'm happy that you've returned. Shall I rejoin you now?
There we go. So that worked. Still, really weird. In fact, I want to see if that bat turns into another vampire.
Certainly.
must gather your party before venturing forth.
Because I think that's what was supposed to happen, but
You must
for some
gather your
reason
party
we
before
ended
venturing
up standing
forth.
on the exact same spot.
Without doubt.
Just really bonkers.
Ah, we are all heroes. You and Boo and I. Hamsters and rangers everywhere. Rejoice!
Quickly and precisely.
No. It is probably despawned or something like that. Alright.
You must gather your party
Wait a second.
before
Aren't I
venturing
supposed to be
forth.
getting a... Wasn't I supposed to get a lantern? Alright. I think that I have missed something. Oh, yeah, there's a sword icon up here. Boy, I'm glad she didn't come out after we rested all that time.
All right.
After a desperate battle, Bodhi has retreated to her coffin. It is time to end this. If you have a stake, you can destroy her and free Imoen's soul. Bodhi crumbles before you, her body no more than an empty shell, as the stolen soul within is freed. There is a faint glimpse of an apparition of some sort, and then nothing. With her death, a panel opens inside her coffin. The lanthorn... the lanthorn is within. Okay. 48,500 quest experience points. Got the lanthorn, got Bodhi's black heart. Vaconia can level up, and we got 55,000 more quest experience points, and Jahara can level up. Excellent. The black withered heart of the vampire Bodhi. And the Rin Lanthorn is an artifact from ruined myth Rin. It was highly prized by the city's rulers, as it shone through all falsehoods and illusions. A device with the lenses in place can dispel the illusion that hides Soldana Solar. So can we use that to get a permanent true scene? No? That's unfortunate. Alright, no idea what we're going to do with the black heart. Let's go ahead and get some levels. Vaconia leveling up to 29. Vaconia, now one of the most powerful priests in the realms. 1 lore, 2 hit points, no spells. Mass raised dead, I guess. There's nothing else to get. Yeah, level 29. Turn undead level 29. That doesn't matter, though. And let's go ahead and level you up, Jahara. Okay. What do I want? Oh, two-handed weapon style. Yeah, because she's using quarterstaves. +1 bonus to damage rolls, -2 a bonus to speed factor, and the ability to score critical hits on a roll of 19 or 20 instead of just 20 when using a two-handed weapon. Oh yeah. That is good. Alright, ability-wise. Let's get whirlwind attack. So, let's see. Thaco reduced by 1 hit point, 1 lore. Yeah, so 18 level fighter, 14 level druid. Yeah, she'll be 19, maybe even a 20th level fighter by the time her druid levels up. That's one of the reasons why the druid experience chart is crap in 2nd edition. It is utter crap. Highly recommend if anyone is playing 2nd edition, do not use that. Ditch it. Toss it in the garbage. It is awful. Don't even look at it. Let them use the cleric chart. Alright, that is good. Let's, yeah, we all got basically over 100,000 experience points for that.
Yes?
Alright, so
Well,
I think
I'll
I
have
want to...
attention.
There was the Temple of Oak...
I feel better now. I feel whole again.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. It's a shame you don't get any abilities for that.
Thank you for everything you have done. I am restored. And I hope your own healing is not too far off.
It's okay. I'm not that concerned. I'll be fine. Also, like, I assume that was a bug that Bodhi said that she didn't see Imoen, because again, Imoen was the first one in the room. So I'm not sure what went on with that. Let's see. Bodhi, Renika's sister, has finally been defeated. This shows at least that the vaunted power and immortality of the brother and sister are not endless, and there is hope to regain my soul after all. Although perhaps being undead meant it was harder for Bodhi to hold on to Imoen's essence. I don't know. We shall see. Imoen has been restored with Bodhi's death. She is fine. It seems that she has gotten her soul back from the vampire now. This bodes well for my coming battle with Irenicus and makes my path clear. Okie dokie. Alright, I'm not sure that there's really anything else to do in town other than make our way and try to find Soldana
You
Solar.
must gather your party before venturing forth.
I do want to check
You
the
must gather your party before
Ogma
venturing
Temple,
forth.
and I do have a few things to
This will
sell.
not take long.
But let's make our way out first. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Up the stairs we go.
If it must be done.
Make our way out. Slow. Elmandretta and Imoen are stuck behind Viconia. That's terrible. Come on. Thank you. Okay, so that was the docks. Oh, you know what? I could have gotten the thieves' help too, and I
It'll be
just
done.
completely slipped my mind. Oh well. Obviously, we didn't need it. Andris still got the killing blow on Bodhi. I'm not happy about that. That's not where I want to go. I want to go to Temple of Ogma. Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and sell some stuff, and when we come back next time, we'll go talk to the Temple of Ogma, see if they have anything to say about those books. I don't know if that's just a throwaway reference about the priests in the Docks District, but I am curious. Anyway, that will be next time. See you then, everyone.